Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Steve and I'm back with a new video. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what's on my tech. So let's get started. Alright, so this is my Note 3. As you can see, I don't have really much on my main screen here. I'm not one into a whole lot of fancy designs. Matter of fact, if you know anything about me, you know that I really like Star Wars. So you see that's one of the backgrounds that I do have, or one of the wallpapers that I do have. But on my main screen, you see I have nothing but a simple transparent clock here that just shows the time, the date, and the day. If I also want to know weather, I still have WeatherBug. If you guys know anything about that, you know what it does. You know you get the accurate weather forecast. Well, most of the time accurate anyway. You also get a 10-day forecast, and you can scroll through here and get even more information. So that's it for weather apps. Here in this folder, just have basically any browsers that I'm using, as well as the Play Store, and the only other browser that I use on this phone is Chrome. Really, Chrome, I use that over the stock browser on here. I just prefer it on the phone, and of course the Play Store app. Alright, and so on to my next screen. As you can see here, really this is it. I only have two screens on my Note 3. I don't need 50 different screens to show the apps that I'm using. Alright, so for this first folder here, I've just got apps that I'm using for music, as well as games, and I guess it's stuff that I really couldn't find a complete name for. But here you've got YouTube, which is the standard YouTube app, which is really good. You've got the YouTube Creator Studio app, which I've downloaded, and it gives you a little bit more recent up-to-date stats as far as your channel. So if you're not using that, I definitely recommend it. You can see your information here for the last 28 days. You can also get a look for how your current video or recent uploads are doing, as far as interaction between you and other viewers. So it's really decent. You can also, like I say, you can see your comments, you can see the total number of views, and you can see your interaction over the course of the last 28 days. It'll show you the total number of views, total number of minutes watched, as well as number of subscribers, and then it has a view more button, and you can view even more detailed stats. So that's a pretty decent app. Next, I've got First Pitch app for a minor league baseball. As of late, I've kind of fallen to going to a Richmond Flying Squirrels game, and I really enjoy it. So this app here lets me actually go in and keep track of their schedule, when they play, and different things like that. So it's a really good app. Next is MX Player. Now this is a video player app. It's better to me than the one that comes on the phone. I definitely recommend downloading it. It can play pretty much any format that you can think of. It's a really good app. Next, I've got Download MP3 Free. Basically, it allows you to download music. So what you do is you go in here, you type a song that you may have heard or that you may want to download. If you see it in there, then download it, and it downloads to your phone, to your music library. Let's move right along here. In this second folder, I didn't bother to open it up. There's nothing but picture apps, so you don't really see me needing going into that. This folder right here, I told you guys before about Notification Toggle. It's an app that allows you to customize the toggles that you want on your phone. If many of you remember, dating back to when I had the Galaxy S3, my phone did not have a mobile data toggle. Well, with Notification Toggle, it does now. So I can I install that, and now you can see right here it has one. Well, my thumb's covering it up. There it is. Whereas on my actual phone, there isn't one. Now, I don't know why they would take it off, but they did. So this app allows me to have one. And the only other app that I'm going to talk about in this folder is AirDroid. So as many of you know, with Samsung products, if you want to transfer photos, music, or movies from your phone back to your computer, a lot of times they'll try and tell you you need to use keys. Well, AirDroid is a great app. It lets you transfer this information wirelessly. All you have to do is open the app up, and on your computer you actually go to the AirDroid website. On the phone, once you open it up, there'll be a QR code that your phone's camera. Well, let me take that back. Once you go to the website, there'll be a QR code, and once you open this app up, your camera will scan that QR code and it'll open it up. So what you'll be looking at on your computer is actually all of your folders within your phone, and all you have to do is find whatever information it is that you want to transfer to your computer, highlight it, click download, and it does it quickly. So I definitely recommend getting that app. That's AirDroid. Get that. I'd recommend that over keys any day. Next, you've got Maps. We already know what Google Maps is. In my social networking folder, see, I use the Gmail client, the regular email client, Hangouts, Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, and Tango. Now, out of here, I'll just talk about a couple of apps. Hangouts I like because it's basically like a instant messenger type of thing, but I do enjoy the video chat feature over Hangouts. I enjoy that because it's crisp, it's clear. There's no problems with the other caller hearing you actually call them. Now, if you look at the app right up under it, Tango, the only thing that I like better with Tango over Hangouts is the fact that Tango actually has games. So you can play games with the person that you're calling, which is pretty cool. But as far as the video quality, as far as call drop features, Hangouts is a little bit better. You guys already know about Pinterest, and if you're following my channel, you already see that there's a Pinterest link for my channel up there. So if you guys get a chance, check that out. I also use the standard Google Plus page, which is pretty cool. Alright, moving along here, I've got this keyring app. Now, what this is supposed to do is replace all the little tags that you have on your keys, and for the most part it does, which is cool. I mean, it uses your phone's camera to scan your tags and store them in this app. But the problem is, when you go to certain stores like grocery stores or whatever, they don't have an app. They don't have like a scan gun that they can use to scan your phone. So regardless, you're gonna have to use your tag because they have the scanners that are built into the conveyor belts. So they really can't use it. So I'm gonna keep it for a little while and see if there's any more productivity that comes out with it. And if not, I'll get rid of it later. Here I do have some games on my phone. If I can open it up. As you can see here, I'm playing right now Forest Mania, Cookie Jam, Candy Crunch, of course the Angry Birds games. I still have Flappy Bird. But the thing is, I don't play a lot of games. I mean, I have games on here, but I don't play majority of games on here. I play the majority either on my iPad or on my PlayStation. Here I've got some other apps. I've got a Passdroid, which is probably the best password app on Android to me, and it's also free. It allows you to store hundreds of, however many you have, that's how many you can store, and you can put pretty detailed information in there. The only thing is, you need to remember your access to get into it. Next, I've got some banking apps as well as the Google Wallets app. And next is the stock calendar that came on the phone. Now, a lot of people use different types of calendars and everything, and that's fine. I chose to stay with the stock calendar simply because, to me, the appearance was better. I tried using the Google Calendar, and I just didn't like the appearance. Plus, on here, I'm kind of a stickler for color coding events. Now, with the Google Calendar, I remember a while back, the only thing you were able to do was use like gray and blue or black. Well, with this app, there's a lot of different colors that you can use. So, I mean, and when I had the Google Calendar app on here, it would translate over into it, but I just decided why keep both when really all I need is one. I mean, plus if I put events in this calendar and sync it, it syncs it with my iPad. It also syncs it with my MacBook Pro and my iMac, so I don't have any problems with it. Next, got a folder here with some really good Bible apps. I covered My Sword for Android a while back. I still think it's the best Bible app on Android, and it's free. Church Life which is an app that's specific for the church that I attend, as well as Cornerstone. Some really good apps there. Next, you've got Best Buy app, which allows you to see your points total as well as your recent purchases. I've got the GameStop app, and for some reason on Android it has not been updated. The one for iOS has been updated over a month ago. But anyway, this one here, you see it's got the icon was black with red trim. Here, okay, so it's booted me completely out of it. Anyway, it allows you to see different information about your GameStop account. Next is Calcu, and this is probably the best calculator app that I've ever used. It's really simple, elegant, nice layout, does what you need it to do. Next is Timely. I got this for free on the App Store. It allows you to set different alarm clocks, and they have their own preset type of music that they use, so it's really cool. And that's really about it for the apps that I really use on my Note 3. And like I told you, I only have 2 screens, so pretty simple guy as far as the phone is concerned. So let's move on to my iMac. So on my iMac, you see this little app here that's colored in. It looks like a coffee cup with steam coming out of it, and if you click it, it looks like an empty cup. Well, what this is called is Caffeine. It's an app that allows your computer to not go to sleep. If you're familiar with the Apple settings, if you set it, it sticks to that. And I mean, if you set your computer to go to sleep within 5 minutes, it's going to do it whether you're doing anything or not. Well, using this app here prevents your computer from going to sleep. So the next app here is MPlayer X. I haven't seen a lot of people using this, but it's a multimedia player which can play almost every media file type there is, except for it has issues with QuickTime, but it's a really great app. Like I said, it can play pretty much any video type out there. I've enjoyed it. I've had it ever since I got my MacBook Pro, and I haven't had any problems with it. Moving right along is this app called Miro Video Converter. Now what this is a video and audio converter, and when you open it up, this is what it looks like. So say for instance, if you had a video of yourself and you just wanted to hear the audio, you just wanted an audio track of it. Well, what you would do is you would drag that video right in here, and then you hit this drop down. And when you hit this drop down, you see you're presented with a ridiculous amount of choices, which basically it says pick a device or video format, and you can go straight down this list here, all the way to the bottom here. Now once you get to the bottom, you've got a choice of converting to MP4 or MP3 audio only. So if you hit that, if you hit MP3, and you notice right now I can't hit anything, but this button here says convert. And what you would do is you would hit that button, and it would quickly convert that MP4 file into an MP3 file. It's great. Now the only bad thing is about this is this app is no longer available in the App Store. I don't know why. I don't know why they took it off, but that's another great one that I got right around the same time I got MPlayer X. Next is Keeper. Now this is a password storage app. It's similar to the Passdroid one that I have on my Note 3. It has the same features. It allows you to create folders that you put passwords in. You can put the name, you can put the actual password, the username and password. You can even, if it's a website, if it's a username and password that you use for a certain website, you can put that website in there. So it allows you to keep as much information about your passwords as possible. And that's a really good thing. Like I said, it to me is the best one that I've used on iOS and OS X. The next app that I have here is OpenEMU, and this is a video game emulator. Now remember, using these things, you have to legally own the ROMs in order to be able to play on these emulators. But this is probably one of the best emulators that I've found. You can search for it online. It's a free download, and again, it's called OpenEMU. And with that, we're going to move to my MacBook Pro. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so now we're on my MacBook Pro. Now a lot of the same apps that I have on my iMac are on my MacBook Pro. So I'm not going to cover those if we've already gone over them. You've got the Android File Transfer, or ATF app. And basically, what this app does is it allows you to transfer information between your Android device, such as your phone or your Android tablet, and your Mac computer, because Macs have no native capability with Android devices, obviously. So you need this device to be able to do it. And the only bad thing is as you can see with this app, with his arm, he's holding up what appears to be a USB connection. So you need a wired connection in order to be able to do it. Whereas with the device, or with the app that I was telling you about before, you can do it wirelessly and it's pretty quick. Now Android File Transfer, once you get it hooked up, I mean, it's as simple as drag and drop. So once you get it hooked up, the process of transferring the files is about the same. So it's not a big deal. Alright, the next app here is this Mac Tracker. Now with this app, this is pretty cool. What it does is it allows you to find information, detailed information on any Macintosh computer that's ever been made. So you can see this is what it looks like when it opens up. Now say for instance I wanted to find out something about this MacBook. Well, all I'd have to do is go under 2012, find MacBook Pro 13-inch. So if I wanted to find out about a MacBook Pro, I'd just click on that, and here you can see there's a scrollable list here. So we'd be looking for the late 2011 13-inch. And here it is right here. So if we want to find out detailed information, we click that and it will bring up this pretty detailed screen here. And you see it's titled MacBook Pro 13-inch late 2011. It shows you general information, software, memory and graphics, connections and expansion, the history of it, and any other notes. This, I mean, it's not an app that's going to do anything, but if you want to find out anything about your particular computer, it's a really good app to use. Alright, and the last app that I'm going to cover on my MacBook Pro is Wallpapers HD. Alright, so if we zoom out here, you notice that every 5 seconds it changes. And that's because of this app, Wallpapers. Now one of the things that I really like about it is it's crystal clear. The images are really sharp. Whatever it is that you download, you're not going to get blurry, fuzzy images. They have really the best images only that are in here. Now you can download them, you can rate them, you can find random wallpapers that people put in here. You can find the most popular, like you've got right now a couple of Fraser and Ali. And then the way you set it up here is that you can set it right here at the bottom. You can change the picture, and you can set it from every 5 seconds all the way to every day. And you can do it in random order and select all of your pictures. And what it'll do is, like right now I've got mine set to change every 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds it's going through all of my pictures and pulling a random wallpaper and putting it up. And now the light version of this is free, but this actual app is only like $4.99. With the free version, I think you can only download 10 a day. With the unlimited, or with the HD version, you can download as many as you want whenever you want. Alright, last but not least, because this video is getting rather long here, let's get into what's on my iPad. So here we are with my iPad. This is the last event, and we're going to try and move on through this. The first app, now I'm not going to go through here. You can see I got a couple different folders here. I'm not going to go through every single one of them. Just going to go through some of the ones that are really, that I haven't gone over before, that you haven't seen or heard before. You've got Faster Scan HD. Now this is a free app here, and what it allows you to do is it allows you to use your iPad as a scanner. And of course, we all know there are times we don't walk around with scanners in our pockets, but this here allows you to use your iPad's camera as a scanner. And all you do is you click it. It'll bring up the feature where your camera is used as a scanner. You take a picture of whatever it is that you want. You can size it so you get just the relevant information that you need. Click save, and it saves that item as a scanned document. All right. Next, you've got a couple of calendar apps. I've already talked about Keeper, both my MacBook Pro and my iMac. Down here, I've got iDo, which is a really nice note-taking app. I don't like the fact that whenever you open it, it always asks you about a game. But other than that, it's a really nice app. It keeps all of your notes that you've created over here on the side. You can adjust your fonts. You can adjust the backgrounds. It's probably the best note-taking. It's better than Apple's note-taking app, I'll tell you that much. It's pretty nice. As far as anything else in here, I also use the Trulia app. If you know anything about real estate, then you know what this is. Basically, it's an app that allows you to find homes in your area or whatever area it is that you may be moving into. It gives you detailed information. If you're familiar with other real estate apps, this is along that same line. It's just my preference that I choose to use. It's a really good app. I'd highly recommend it. And the last app in this folder that I'm going to talk about is WPS Office. Now, if you're familiar with using Office apps on your Android devices, you may have heard of Kingsoft Office, which was an app that had Word, PowerPoint, and Excel functionality built into it. You can actually create those types of documents in that app and then send them to a computer that has Word, Excel, or PowerPoint, and it would open it in that same format. Well, this is that app. They've just changed the name. They've given it a new look. It's now WPS Office, and again, it has that same functionality. So for me, I'm never going to use on my at home personal level, I'm never going to go back to using Microsoft. Well, I won't say never, but I don't see it in my foreseeable future of going back to using a Microsoft Office based computer. And so this serves a purpose. That way I don't have to worry about using Parallels to install Windows and all that other type of nonsense. So if you're looking for a nice alternative, this is it. It has, like I said, the full functionality of Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. All right, under media apps, if you notice here, remember I told you about the GameStop app on Android and how it hadn't been updated. Well, here is how it looks on iOS devices. It's white with a red emblem in it. There is some new functionality. You get messages that GameStop sends you. They show up in a nice little message folder. Next, you've got, I have At Bat. Now, this is a Major League Baseball app. It allows you to see the latest news as far as what's going on in baseball. It also allows you, if you have an MLB TV connection, you can watch some of these games here. And then it also allows you to see video highlights of recent games. So, of course, I'm following the Brewers. If you're following my channel, you know that I play MLB 14 the show when I'm using the Brewers, so I follow their information on here in real life as well. In addition to that, I also have the First Pitch app, which is the same as the one on Android. I also have Sports. Now, this app shows better highlights for baseball when it works, but in addition to that, it shows a bunch of other sports as well. It's got MLB, it's got the World Cup, it's got stuff from ESPN, it's got NBA, NHL, PGA Tour, but the only problem is, as of late, it doesn't work that well. So whenever I open it, you see it just loads. But when it loads, the highlights, the audio and video is just as good as the first app that I pulled up. Alright, next we already know about Twitch and the camera. Also, there is a K-Love app. For those of you that like good Christian music, this is a great app to use. You can stream music that they play right over your iPad. They also have this app for Android, so you can get it in the Google Play Store as well. In here it lists the player, or it lists the artist that's playing as well as the song. You can favorite it. It'll show you at the bottom here. It'll show you the last 5 songs that are played, any favorites that you have, daily scripture verse, and then a button for contacting them. Really good app from a really good radio station. Zedge. This is where I get all my wallpapers from my iPad as well as my Galaxy Note 3. For my Galaxy Note 3, it's pretty exclusively to that. But on my iPad, I get the majority of them from Zedge. I also get some from Wallpapers HD and from Wallpapers. Now, the reason I have 3 is because they have 3 different types of wallpapers, and I enjoy all 3, so I decided to download all 3. And last but not least, everyone has a game folder. Alright, so these are some of the games that I have. Like I showed you on my Note 3, I have Forest Mania, Cookie Jam, and Candy Crush. Those are 3 really good games. Of course, there's still the Temple Run 1 and 2, a couple Angry Birds and Plague, Free Cell and Solitaire, Flappy Bird, Number Cruncher. I mean, there's quite a few on here, but this is where I play the majority of my games at. I don't really play a lot of them on my phone. So guys, that's it. That's everything that's on my tech. You saw my Note 3, you saw my iMac, you saw my MacBook Pro, and you saw my iPad. So let me know what's on your tech. Maybe you can do a video in response to this, or maybe you can just shoot a comment down below. And if you do like this video, please do hit that like button. Please do subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.